Hello, this is Arturelia Anime Room Reviews. I'm Arturo, and today I'll be reviewing Now, I will say that I was never interested in Fullmetal Alchemist back then because I was all into Inuyasha. My mom got into Fullmetal and she really liked it. And then I finally decided to watch it in 2012 when Brotherhood was on Toonami. And I did see some of it back during the old Adult Swim days. So after I watched it, my mom rewatched it with me again. So what can I say about the first Fullmetal Alchemist? A lot of people still like it to this day. A lot of people like Brotherhood more. So is this an anime that you would want to watch, or would you rather skip and go to Brotherhood? Because I'm going to tell you this, I feel like you should watch this first, but I'll get to that in a sec. Today, I'll be reviewing a classic anime series, Fullmetal Alchemist. Let's go.
Water, I can almost hear it. Wait a second, I can't hear it! Ow, look!
Two brothers lose their mother, and they try to bring her back with alchemy. However, everything goes wrong and one loses their whole body while the other loses a leg. And to save his brother's life, he uses the power to put his soul in an armor, sacrificing his arm. Now, to get their bodies back, they have to study and find answers to the Philosopher's Stone. And to do so, Edward Elric will have to become the state alchemist. But him and his brother will be on a long journey, and it will lead them to the truth of the Philosopher's Stone and other things in the government. And they will run into homunculi, who also want the Philosopher's Stone. I won't spoil the rest, but the story, oh my gosh, it's really good. The soundtrack is fantastic. Really great music. The animation for the time was really great. Yeah, it's a little older now because it came out a decade ago, but still. Great animation. Now the characters in the show are very interesting. I mean, you have Edward Elric, the Fullmetal Alchemist. He's stubborn but caring, but he usually doesn't listen to the grown-ups and tries to do things his way to get to the answers. He's also really good at fighting because he was taught by his teacher. He can be funny and then serious at moments, and what makes his character really interesting is what he feels about certain things, which are a real-life sort of deal. He can kick some ass, and he could just, I don't know, he's just a cool character, I can say that. While his younger brother, Alphonse Eric, he acts like a young kid, but obviously he's younger than his brother. But since his soul is in the armor, he's still going to act that way. While others think he's like the Fullmetal Alchemist. And what's funny about Edward is that he gets mad whenever someone calls him short. His character, Alphonse, would usually have to think about things, about what's right and wrong, because since he's the youngest one, he's still learning. He can fight too, because he was also trained by his teacher like Edward. But since his body is made of armor, he does have disadvantage when it comes to either sinking in the water or in sand. However, though, his brother, even though he's really young, he does have a brave soul, and always helping his older brother out. Winry Rockbell, a childhood friend of the Elric brothers. She is a surgeon and a mechanical repair specialist, enthusiast. She fixes Edward's arm and leg, if so. She has mixes of emotion when it comes to the loss of someone, caring for the Elric brothers, but also cheery. And she's not your typical female character. She likes like mechanic stuff, tools, when usually girls rather like diamonds and stuff. She's not like that. She's a tomboy. And she works really hard when it comes to mechanical stuff. And she's a kind-hearted person, even though she throws stuff at Edward. And Roy Mustang, a state alchemist in the military, though he takes things into his own hand when making Edward go and do things for him. And he is also another interesting character. He basically is the first character that you see help out the Elric brothers from the start. Though Edward is annoyed at Mustang most of the time because he keeps them in the dark about certain things he's keeping from them. Though as for his character, he is haunted by the past war and a certain moment where he kills a wife and a mother of a character in this show. We do see that he is bothered by his actions from the past, though he wants to make up for that by stopping the one ruling his country and change it from the inside. And let's just say the other characters in the show are interesting. Side characters and characters that are with some of the main characters. Hawkeye is a badass, while the villains have their own interesting motives, though they would probably annoy you as well. But yeah, whenever you see any certain character in the show, they are interesting. They have a personality. Not bland, nada. And Scar, he has his motives, though he's kind of using somewhat of a god thing for an excuse to kill people. As for my enjoyment of this show, I really enjoyed it. It had a great story, it had great characters, great music. I do understand people rather prefer Brotherhood than this. However, you have to understand that if you watch this first and then Brotherhood, you will understand the characters a lot more because the original breaks it down slowly, while Brotherhood kind of rushes it a little bit. As for the supernatural stuff, well, I mean, it does have weird things, yes, but it's not like other animes out there like Evangelion that is over the top, or just other shows that are just out there. From beginning to end, it was a ride. You get really attached to these characters, from emotional points to even awesome points. And what's also interesting is that the Fullmetal Alchemist world is kind of set almost in a little bit of a historical period, even though it's not in our world. But obviously the creator likes European history, so that's why she set it in a somewhat World War I-ish type period. So yeah, I mean, if I were to say which one to watch this first, then Brotherhood. Because the original is really good. Really, really good. I do like Brotherhood better, though, but it is still good. And then the movie follows up after that.
Dad, who are you calling small, you miniature-sized hag?
You're shorter than your temper.
You're so short, you're two-dimensional!
I'm a moron!
Grandma free!
Well, Fullmetal Alchemist is a really great anime with a lot of interesting characters. It doesn't follow the main plot of the creator's original goal, but it really is great. Really awesome moments in here. And the music's really excellent. It feels like a Hollywood type production. And I felt like some stuff in here could have been in Brotherhood because, certain characters don't have much time in Brotherhood as in here. So I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. It is great, leading up to being awesome. I mean, what else is there to say? It's a great anime. I would definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. For my recommendations, obviously there is Conqueror of Shambhala, the movie that takes place right after the original series. While on the other hand, you also have Brotherhood and Brotherhood's film. Not to mention there are also some video games. Well, this is Arturelia Anime Room Reviews, signing off.